Hi there, it's great to be back. I've never done any sales training video for a month, and it's about time we do a bit of refreshment course for the upcoming Q2. And if you're in sales like me, whether you're a small business owner or you're a fellow salesperson doing B2B, B2C, you found the channel that would give you some fresh perspective and some great ideas for Q2. By the way, how was your Q1? And how are you expecting your Q2 to succeed and to basically hit all your sales targets in KPI? If you're ready for today's session, I am. I've missed training. I hope you've seen the rest of my playlist. So for today, I'm not going to talk about how to make a sale. Today, I want to talk about why buyers buy. Yeah, why buyers buy. I sat down and I went through 12 points. Perhaps there's more, but I've actually identified 12 general common reasons why buyers like us buys. Let's get into it. Number one, allow me to share with you the first point that we all can relate to in this day and age. Why do people buy? People buy because of, number one, hearsay. Whatever product you're selling, whatever industry you're in, hearsay is the first on the list on why buyers buy. Where do they get the hearsay from? Well, we have social media. If you go to LinkedIn, Facebook, Google, YouTube, many others, it's all over the place. People buy or decide through hearsay in the form of social media and advertisements. So why do I want to talk about why people buy? It's because sure, you have a lot of knowledge already on how to sell. Sure, you have a lot of knowledge already on how to overcome sales objections. But have you actually took a step back and thought to yourself, why do buyers buy? That's why it's very important that your company or your organization or your product has got a very strong advertisement, message, image, design, and content. Because they also sell for you. Hearsay in the form of social media or ads, they do a fraction of selling for salespeople. So go and check with your team how your advertisement or how your social media team is handling this area in order for you to get a little help in sales. Just so before you see Mr. Smith, somehow he might have bumped into one of the advertisements and say, look, Majoy, I've seen one of your ads and I'm very impressed what your brand stands for. Number two, why people buy. If they are referred by someone they trust. It's one thing to be referred by a friend, but the receiver of that referral would say, okay, I was referred by a friend that I trust, and therefore I am able to trust his or her judgment. So this is a second reason. One of the reasons why people buy is because someone referred them to you or to your product that they trust. And so I'm just going to expand that point a little bit more by saying, when we're selling any product, there is the product and there is the salesperson. The trust of the client should be even on those two areas. Meaning to say, you want your client to trust you or you want your client, or you want yourself to earn the trust from your client, but at the same time, you want your client to trust the product that you're selling. Again, if you're watching this video, you're B2B, B2C, face-to-face selling, telemarketing, cold calling, whatever industry, this video will cover it all for you. Now, number 3, past experience. Why do people buy? Again, that's the question for the entire video. Why do you buy from your salesperson? Why not to someone else? Past experience, meaning to say your buyer's past experience. You want to make sure that the trust factor is there, but at the same time, you also want to check on the buyer's experience. So I have many ways to dig into this. If I'm selling to a new client, meaning I'm trying to shift him into my company, I want him to shift his brand from the previous brand into my brand. How do I handle that? What do I do? What action do I take? What's my strategy? I would like to identify part of my selling pitch is to identify what are his or her great experiences from his current provider and the not so great experiences, because we can't really expect every product to be perfect. There won't be such a thing. Even the product you're selling will have some flaws or restrictions, but that's okay. That's perfectly okay. So let's dig into this. So I would like to know Mr. Smith as a new client. I would like to identify his or her past experiences with his current provider. I want to identify why. Why would he buy from me and not from the next salesperson and not from the other providers? So another reason why we buy is because of our past experiences. You see, this is a great topic because we are all buyers. And because we are all buyers, I feel that it's so relatable. It's such a relatable strategy. It's such a relatable topic. And so before you sell, you want to ask yourself first, why would he buy? Why would I buy this product? And by the way, the reverse of this is also, why would he not buy? So the next point I want to highlight is past experience as well is based on buyer's connection. So when you're actually buying, let's say I'm a client now. I'm not going to be the salesperson. I'm not going to be in the place of a salesperson. What I would do is to really also understand why did I actually, what would make me buy this product based on my connection. It's also got to do with the people around you. What products are they using? Which provider are they using? So it's like, imagine yourself having lunch meeting with your business partners. A topic will be, say, about, who is your CRM provider? Who manages your CRM services? How much do you pay in a month? What kind of deal does your CRM provider offers you? Then everyone will bat in, everyone will share their experience, everyone will be sharing their own story about the CRM provider. So this is what I mean by why people buy. It's not always about the salesperson alone, but there's so many layers of factors that would influence the buying factor or the decision making of your client. Why do people buy? Next one. Budget met. When the buyer's budget is met and the buyer has already concluded that he would like to purchase or sign up or give the business to you, it's a win-win situation. Money matters. Doesn't matter how great your package is, how amazing your program is. If your client is unable to pay for that, or it's beyond the budget or above the budget, that will be a stretch. That will be the most challenging part of the process. So also understand why people buy is because of, obviously, of the budget. Next one. Why do people buy? That's the question for today's video. Keep asking that. Why do people buy? Because as a salesperson, if you're so curious about why people buy, you will know when to sell, how to sell, where to sell. All the whys, all the hows, all the whens, all the whats. Today, we're going to focus on the why. Pain points. Next point will be pain points. Of course, when you're able, or when a salesperson is able to fix or to resolve the pain points of the buyer is most likely to buy. Now, why do they buy? Basically, why do they buy by the salesperson or the product of the salesperson being able to solve the problem? It could be in the form of the product, the service, and of course, this is something probably I'm a big believer of. When the salesperson is able to exercise his skill or her skill, that he is a problem solver, your client will buy from you. It's one thing for your product to be able to provide solution, but if you are actually a salesperson who is able to pitch on that further based on you being the only salesperson able to execute the solution or the pain point solving, the client will buy from you. Every salesperson is different. Every product is the same. Let's say, for example, Nike. Nike, we all know, you know what Nike is. Let's say there's 10 salespeople pitching for the same product. But those 10 people will be selling Nike products, but each of them has different, unique, and special ways to sell, to build rapport, to close the deal, to overcome objections, and so on and so forth. So understanding the pain points and being the person who's able to shine as you solve the problem, as you become a problem solver, that is definitely going to be the reason, or one of the reason, why your customer and why your prospect will buy from you. Number 5, guys, preferred luxury purchase. So I want to talk about luxury purchase just because this topic is not specifically on any specific product. So let's say, for example, because there's two things that people buy, the necessity and the luxury. So I want to talk about luxury purchases for a bit because it can be an area where there will be a pool of buyers and say, one of the reasons why I buy is because of the luxury of buying, because of the prestige, because of the brand. It could be a car, it could be apartment or condo, it could be clothing, it could be anything. There's always going to be the standard one, and there's going to be the luxury brands or the luxury items. So I want to talk about preferred luxury purchase. The key word for this point, guys, is buyer's preferences. Why do people buy? It's because that's what they prefer to buy. And it comes down again to not just selling or not using the same sales approach to every single client expecting the result will be the same. every client is different. Every client has a different way of buying, different way of thinking when it comes to purchasing, when it comes to spending money, and we all can agree on that. So one tip I want to give you is really understand your buyer's preferences. So I have just broken down 5 reasons why we buy, why buyers buy. I'll make the next one. I'll see you on the next video. I missed you. I have not done any sales training. I'm excited. I'll see you on the next training session. See the part 2. Click this part. That would lead you to part 2. Bye.